Well, I want to thank you. You know, I have a straight son, and sometimes...
I'm sorry, how do you deal with this? Not everybody can be gay.
He is my favorite person.
I'm joking.
My best friend, and he says the same about me, so I'm really fortunate. Sometimes gay, sometimes straight daughter. But I want to thank you.
That's okay.
You know, I've fought the fight, came out when I was 55, left my wife after 25 years, and my kids have adjusted, my son has, to my being gay. But your coming out is helping all these young people, and if one young person reads your book and doesn't feel like he's going to hell or whatever, it's worth all that trouble you went to. And now I want to change the subject and ask you if you have fun interviewing people like Rick Santorum.
I have fun interviewing everyone. I mean, I love what I do. I absolutely love it. I mean, who wouldn't, really? I mean, come on. I complain, I'm like, oh my gosh. It was funny, I missed my flight, my 4 o'clock flight from New York, because there was traffic. And they put me on standby on the 5. And I had a reserved seat on the 6. And so I made the standby, and then I'm sitting just a couple rows from Nene Leakes. And so I tweet, Nene goes, I thought that was you, but you look like a little boy with that backpack on and that baseball cap. And I said, I didn't recognize you, and we're talking. I'm like, I'm sitting here, we're talking to Nene. This is crazy. And so I tweeted it, and this guy tweets back, and he goes, rich man tweet. And I went, you know what? I'm not a rich man, but you have to be aware of, you know what I'm saying? You have to count your blessings, because no matter how bad you think you're having it, I missed my flight, I'm tired, oh my gosh, I got to go to New Hampshire, and I got to get on that damn bus, and I got to do all this. There's someone who has something worse. So I love it. The thing about interviewing people like Rick Santorum now, I know that it's going to be a lightning rod. Because as an out gay journalist, I know that people are going to pick up on that headline. I can say, it's so good to see you, Mr. Santorum. And somebody would write, Don Lemon, gay anchor, is friends with Rick Santorum. So you can't really win, right? And so I interviewed Rick Santorum. I called him up, and I called this person up. I said, I know Rick is in town. I want to interview him before the debate, blah, blah, blah. And they said, okay, he's headed to the airport. You got to get there fast because his flight. So he waited. He was very kind. And he waited. And as we were talking, he started telling me his stances on gay people and gay rights and marriage and changing the Constitution, which I thought was a fair question to ask him about since he wants to be president and he wants to change the Constitution. And I said, some people may think it's contradictory because you believe in small or limited government, yet you want to intervene on people's personal lives by changing the Constitution. Is that a contradiction? And he said, it's not. And he started talking about gay people. And it just went through my head. It's like, if you can have views like that about gay people, do you know and love any gay people? So it just popped out of my head. I was like, do you have any gay friends? And he goes on starts talking about his gay friends, and I'm thinking, as I started laughing, I was like, you know how people say they have black friends, but they're still not, they say so. And so we had a nice conversation about it, and he was like, well, I was just with a gay friend the other day, and yeah, I have gay friends and gay employees, and I stood up, so he's sort of making himself out to be a gay rights sort of, and I'm like, wait, what's going on here? And I knew some people were going to pick up on it as Don Lemon goes after Rick Santorum. Well, I didn't really go after him. I didn't ask him the question any differently that I would have asked him a month ago before I came out. Because I was doing the same thing. I hold people's feet to the fire regardless. But I think now people are paying more attention to it, so I really have to be on my game. So I love interviewing people like Rick Santorum. I love interviewing, anyone. I love interviewing the president. And but Rick is, interesting.
Outright Bookstore and Coffee House features not only GLBT literature, but a wide array of great books in fiction, politics, style, entertaining, plus a whole lot more, like the best CDs and DVDs, ebooks, cards, and gifts. So visit them online or in person. Outright Bookstore and Coffee House.